Okay, here we go. News of the week. Give it to us, T-Bad.
You better give it to us. Let's do it.
Um, let's start off with apparently fake service dogs are a growing problem. Um, People have been selling dogs as service dogs, and they don't really know how to be service dogs. So the blind people that they're helping are not getting any help at all.
Oh my god.
They
That's
literally strap a vest on the dog, and then it says service animal on there. And yeah, they just, hey, you want a service dog? We got it cheap, kind of thing. And yeah, they sell them.
Don't they have to be like certified or something? Like don't service dogs have to go through like a process? Or
Well, I
are they
mean,
finding a way from the system, or is just people
I'm sure it's just like a puppy mill.
just a puppy mill?
yeah, it's kind of like a puppy mill.
Huh.
Supposedly you're not supposed to have those conditions, but if no one checks up on you, then it's not gonna do anything.
It reminds me of you guys have seen Dumb and Dumber. Hope everyone's seen it. And like when they give the dead bird back to the blind kid, or they sell the dead bird to the blind kid, and he just thinks the bird's alive and stuff. Kind of just what is with the service dogs like? How can a blind person tell? I mean, they will probably after the first couple days, like, wow, this dog is leading me into traffic and stuff. But wow, that's a big scam.
Yeah, and then there's also people that are like bringing in dogs that they say are service dogs, and then just letting them like piss on stuff. Like this one guy, he brought a dog into a carpet store and let it just pee on like I think there's two or three Persian rugs.
Oh, that's awesome.
So really expensive rugs.
Oh my gosh.
I like it. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, because actually, I've worked a lot of retail in my life, and dogs usually aren't allowed in stores except for service dogs. So that would suck. You're like, oh yeah, that dog could be in here. It's certified. It's got the whatever it wears. They usually wear something to help it certified. And then it's like peeing and chewing up the freaking store and stuff. That would be kind of ridiculous. But there'd be no way to actually kick it out because everyone thinks it's a service dog. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
How much do these dogs cost?
Yeah, what's the cost going for these things?
It doesn't say. It just says regular price or whatever. So I don't know how much a service dog costs.
The regular price, the standard price is that plus tax.
Yeah, I feel like these dogs are pretty expensive. So
Yeah, they're probably.
I would say at least $2,000.
a pretty good
That's
scam.
just off the top of my head. I don't know.
But you think insurance pays for them? I mean, I don't really know any blind people, so.
They might. Yeah. Depending on your insurance, I guess.
So it could be the insurance that's really getting screwed?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
But your rates could go up too because you keep getting new service dogs. So it's like, oh, that one's not good. I'll just go back to the same one. Like, I guess your rate could probably go up because of that. Swapping out dogs every freaking day.
I'm sure they figure out that there is something up with them, and it's not just they need a new dog.
Hopefully so, but you never know. People are. This is nothing against blind people. This is all people. People
Nothing against blind.
sometimes aren't very sharp on those kind of things.
Discriminating.
All right. Another article. This one is a little less, I guess, handicapped. Astronomers say they've spotted a lonesome planet without a sun, about 8 light years away from Earth. There's a world that's just 6 times more massive than Jupiter, floating all alone without a sun to keep it warm. So this is probably the first planet that they found that doesn't have a sun anywhere near it.
I don't believe it. I tell you what, you give it like 5 years, and it's going to be a Pluto. It's going to be like, oh no, we were just kidding. This is actually a moon of whatever else,
You know, it's interesting with that. They actually, something of that size could almost act as like its own sun. Also, something that size usually wouldn't be really close to a sun. Like Jupiter is really far away from the sun in our galaxy. So I could assume that this planet probably has stuff. It might be really far from its star, and the astronomers haven't found it yet. Crazy thing about space is there's always something new to find.
Really?
Yes, yes,
That's
astronomy.
exactly why I don't believe anything they say. I don't
I
believe
mean,
it.
some of their theories, I mean, they are pretty complex. I'm sure T-Bad's very familiar with a lot of them. That's up
They're
his
sitting here,
valley.
they're saying, "Oh
Oh,
man, there's no sun." Well, can you see the entire universe and see that there actually is no sun? No, you can't. So how do you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know how you tell. I'm sure that sun, I'm sure it does have one, or there's something, it's orbiting around that's just so far away. Because this thing's 6 times bigger than Jupiter, so you got to think it's at least 6 times further away from the sun than Jupiter is, right? You got to think because masses would pull each other together. That those big of masses, they would kind of push each other apart.
There we go.
That's my 2 cents.
Physics
Yes.
from the communication major.
Hey, I did pay attention to astronomy class. It's one of my favorite things.
Okay. I don't know if it's
physics.
a 1-to-1 ratio of, 6 times bigger will be 6 times farther away. It might actually be even more than that.
It honestly is probably way more
It,
than that.
it might even be exponential. Who knows?
Yes, 6 to the greater than that. I mean that could be, but I'd say at least 6 times greater or farther away. I mean, you can at least assume that to be true.
Okay. So science is screwing us again. What's next?
Well, to stick with the whole science thing,
Oh
Ooh,
boy.
apparently scientists have found diamonds in the atmosphere of Saturn and Jupiter, just floating around. And
so
In
when are we
hearts
gonna
they,
start
or
mining them? When is the cartel gonna happen where we're just selling these diamonds off? When are we just putting people out there to mine them?
we're using up all the slaves in Africa, so we need to move out there.
well, they're saying that there might even be bigger diamonds deeper in the planet,
Oh, I bet there is.
because they can't obviously see into it. But yeah, I
Again,
mean,
they're just assuming stuff without knowing anything.
I feel like they're going to step. They're just going to give up on going to Mars and just be like, hey, let's go to Jupiter.
I mean, what does
How
Mars
much
have to
further is
offer?
that?
The possibility that there's water. They're like, oh, there used to be water. So, I mean, Saturn off. Diamonds are more valuable than water these days, right? We have enough water here, so might as well just go to
Actually, we
Saturn.
don't. We're running out. But what's the ratio? Like how far or how much further is was it Saturn than Mars?
Jupiter and Mars, or Jupiter
Ooh.
and Saturn.
So far that it's really far. Once you get past the
Yeah,
first
they're
billion,
really far.
it
Because there's
gets
that whole
millions upon millions and upon millions of
there's
miles.
that meteor belt,
Yeah, asteroid belt right
asteroid
after
belt,
Mars.
whatever.
It's people getting there is probably not feasible within our lifetime. Probably the next lifetime too. But you never know. I mean, they can make an iPod or something to fly out there. Who knows?
Sure.
Yeah.
Why
All
not?
right. Well, I'm done with science for today.
I hear that.
Um, in the Vatican, they misspelled Jesus on thousands of commemorative medals.
How do you misspell that word?
It was
It's
the
5 letters.
no, it's the Latin
Oh,
Jesus,
The Latin Jesus.
but it literally looks like Jesus, except it's an L instead of a J, and they put a V instead of a U, I think. Um,
okay.
oh no, they made the L instead of an I. The L is supposed to be an I, so they literally just spelled something completely different. You know, I don't know how the Vatican messes this up, but whatever.
And they did this to a bunch of things.
Thousands of commemorative medals. So, um, luckily though, only 4 of the medals were sold. So if you got one of these medals, you're gonna have a lot of money soon because only 4 of them exist now.
How much are they going for on eBay?
Uh, I don't know. I mean, there's 6,200 gold, silver, and bronze medallions. So I mean, 4 out of 6,200 that were sold. I mean, that's pretty good. Sure, it's going to be a lot of money in 10 years or whatever.
So who's gonna get crucified for making that mistake?
Mm, probably the mint of the Vatican or whatever.
They have their own mint?
I'm assuming they do if they made these.
Hmm.
I mean, the Vatican is technically a country, so I'm sure they have a mint.
That's something a history major would know. Which places have a mint?
History major.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming they have a mint considering it's a country.
How big is this country?
It's the smallest country in the world, I think.
Maybe.
It's literally like the Pope, the cardinals and stuff of Rome, and like servants and stuff.
Are you sure it's a country? I thought it was more like a territory.
No, it's a country.
It's a country.
Yeah.
I believe you.
I don't know about this one.
What did the YouTube listeners think? Can anyone Wikipedia that, you guys, and see if T-Bad's wrong on this one? Just reply in the comment section below on the Vatican's a country or not, because as always, the listeners are usually smarter than us. As in, they're always smarter than us, because we're not looking at the internet to look this up right now. You guys can do that.
Vatican City is the smallest internationally recognized independent state in the world.
State.
Which is a country.
Yeah, dude.
No.
Yes.
Yeah. If you call something a state, it's a country. It's not like our states where there's 50 states.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go with you on that one.
Let's see, what should we go with next? Oh, this one's a good one. Weatherman eats food off the floor, finds out it's cat vomit.
What?
He accidentally ate his own cat vomit on live television.
On live TV, like what?
This is what he said.
What?
I thought they were grape nuts on the floor. I ate them. It was actually cat vomit. I must have stepped on it.
What company or what studio was it for? I'm really interested in that.
CBS.
It was CBS. Where was it out of?
Hartford-based.
Oh, Hartford, Connecticut.
Yeah.
Ooh. You know, that's. So they caught it on video. Like they saw him. Like
Yeah.
they were. Why were they filming him doing that? Who knows? But
At his house?
No. I think it was. Yeah, no. It says he was under the impression that he dropped some grape nuts on the dirty studio floor, so he processed to scoop them up and he ate them.
why would you? Why would there be a cat in there? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
No, they were on his shoe from home, and he thought they were grape nuts because I guess he was eating grape nuts
So
and dropped
his
some.
cat. That's awful.
Yeah, I don't really know what a grape nut is.
A grape nut is just think of a nut.
Why would cat vomit look like a grape nut?
Maybe the cat ate grape nuts, threw
Maybe.
it up, and it looked exactly the same.
I don't know about that. I'm not sure why he's scooping this off the floor. An idiot.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. And in the media too, you always get free food from your sponsors and stuff. There's plenty of food to go around. Why the heck? That's gross.
Not waste, not. I don't.
Yeah.
No 5-second rule there.
I have no sympathy for him because he's eating shit off the floor. So.
I mean, I'll eat stuff off the floor too if I know it's like clean.
You
Like,
literally
what
just
this
dropped it.
Yeah, he just finds it and picks it up and eats it. That's just gross.
I have no idea.
T-Bad, have you ever wanted to do that? By the way, T-Bad works at a grocery store. Have you ever wanted to do that when you were working at the store? You find
No.
some food on the ground, like, that looks like some good stuff to pick up and eat.
Never.
That's great.
So, a recent study, America has been found to be below average in intelligence, but we are not the dumbest country. We are, let's see, average, we're 5 under the average, right below Germany. Italy is the dumbest country, apparently.
What?
Um, according to this thing, literally proficiency.
There's got to
So,
be a bunch of countries in Africa that are lower.
no, this is like developed countries. Sorry.
Oh.
I
So,
love how they
okay.
bring out polls like this and they do like average, but then when you think about it, it's so much easier to educate smaller populations. America is huge, right? So we still have more smarter people than almost countries have populations themselves. So when people bring up America's dumb, there's a ton of smart people in America. Just the fact that there's a huge population, which means there's a huge room for dumb people.
So you want to talk about China?
yeah, it's funny because China's not on this list, so I guess they didn't
I
partake
think it
in
was
it.
probably like a westernized thing. You think maybe?
No, because Japan's on here
Yeah,
and Korea.
they're kind of like Western. I know they're not West, but like they're kind of like they share a lot of data. Like China doesn't like to share a lot of data like that. So
So
we're
therefore they
Westernized
need to-
democracy types.
Okay.
I don't know, but yeah, we're right under Germany and Denmark, and we're above Austria, Cyprus, Poland, Ireland, France, Spain, and Italy.
Man, I don't believe the German one.
You don't think Germans are smart? I think they're pretty smart.
No, they should be all the way at the top. They have German
Yeah,
engineering.
probably.
Well, here's the top.
Who else has German
got-
engineering?
We got Japan, Finland, the Netherlands, Australia, and Sweden.
Australia? All they do is surf.
Oh, and then it's
Kidding me?
followed. It's followed by Norway and Estonia. Apparently, Estonia is pretty smart. even though it's
Honestly,
really small.
I never think of Estonia at all as a country. So
You can't even move to Australia without a degree. Because all of them there are lazy fucks. They don't want more lazy fucks there.
I think that's a myth, but
Is
yeah.
it? Should check that out.
are you going to be a Mythbuster and find it out?
Yeah. Bust the myth for us.
What do we got next, T-Bad?
A Florida woman stabs boyfriend in the eye for turning down a threesome. I guess she allegedly stabbed her boyfriend in the eye for refusing her request to participate in a threesome with another woman. She was drunk. Name is La Crystal King. She's 28. She approached her sleeping boyfriend around 4 a.m. and asked him to have sex. When he rejected her advances, she reportedly retrieved the knife and stabbed him in the left eye.
Ow.
Yeah.
That's heavy.
So she went all Michonne on him and stabbed him in the eye.
Except it was a little different. He was sleeping.
Yeah, it's even worse.
So she just asked for sex and then stabbed?
Yeah. Well, I'm guessing like a threesome thing.
So it's like an emotional high. It's like, yes, sex. Oh, my eye.
Yeah, maybe she was ugly.
And
Oh, and you just need your high school graduate to move to Australia.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, yeah. So yeah, you just turned it down and stabbed her in the eye.
He deserves it. Should never turn down a threesome. Come on.
Huh.
True. I just find it interesting that 4 a.m. like a weird time to just be like, hey, want to have a threesome?
She
Whatever.
was drunk.
She was.
As T-Bad would say, isn't this up the Lion's alley?
Yeah,
Like,
this is up my alley, right?
yeah,
Yeah, I
so-
wasn't going
so
to.
is 4 a.m. a weird
Yeah,
time
you
for that?
say it's up my alley this time?
No, because you got mad at me last time, so I didn't want
I
to
didn't
hurt
get
your.
mad at you
I
last
didn't
time.
want to hit your
I
butt
was just
feelings.
wondering why it was up my alley.
You were just wondering what his alley covered. How big was
Yeah.
his
How
alley?
big is my alley?
Everything sexual.
Everything. That's it? That's my entire alley is sexual?
Yes. All right. Anyway, enough about this. Moving on. So in a high school in Oregon, the school is making getting into college a graduation requirement.
What?
So to graduate from high school, you have to get into a college.
Oh, man.
In Oregon?
That's heavy.
Yep. The
State?
Corbett School District in Oregon will is expected to vote on a proposal that require all students to apply and get accepted to the college of their choice.
So you could just go to like community college.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what about a community college?
They accept everyone.
If they have them there. I don't know. I don't know if Oregon has them.
Yeah, everywhere is community colleges, so
Oregon doesn't have community colleges, really?
it's pretty popular.
Some states don't. No.
Wow, I didn't know that.
What, like
I know
Idaho?
Arizona doesn't. But yeah. So I mean, is this good or bad? What do you guys think?
Um,
Oh, and this school district is ranked number 5 in the nation. So I mean,
Wow.
these kids aren't like dumb. So I mean, they could. I mean, a lot of them are going to go to college anyway. So it's not like, we're going to the inner city of Chicago and being like, hey, we gotta go to college to graduate high school.
well, you just said accepted, right?
Yeah. You have to apply and get accepted.
No, you don't have to go.
No, you don't have to.
You just gotta be accepted. Oh. Yes, I mean, how hard could it be to find at least one college that'll take you?
True.
I don't think it's good though. Well, it's good for like motivation factor and people. The hardest part about college is actually applying. It's a long process and kind of scary. The fact that there's people that just don't want anything to do with college. Some people that just go in like some kind of trade school that isn't a college. Oh, did they mention like trade schools or anything like that? Or I guess that would probably count, right?
Yeah, probably would. Oh, there is community college.
Yeah.
So okay, there's a community college.
Yeah, so that probably like trade school, but there's a lot of people
Oh, yeah.
that have opportunities maybe with their family or something that they don't need to go to college, right? Or they don't need to even bother with it. But again, I could see both sides of the argument that everyone should at least experiment applying to it, because a lot of people get the thing too. It's like, oh, I can't get into a college. Why bother even applying? So hopefully their counselors, sounds like a really good school, their counselors and stuff help them out. And if they're able to help them get into a college and maybe they'll actually go, or if they don't want to go, then fine. So
That could be even worse though, because I mean, like, if I had no confidence in myself to get in college, like, just being a sophomore or whenever the age it is that you can drop out, I would instantly drop out. I'm like, well, I'm not going to graduate anyways because I can't get in.
that is true. I mean, it's like, yeah, I don't
Maybe-
want to. There's people that like I don't want to bother with that. I'm just going to drop out when I'm 18 right away.
Yeah,
That's a really good point.
it's like you lose the whole middle ground, and you either have all these, more people succeeding, but you also have more people dropping out.
Yeah, hopefully when they vote on this, people really see both sides of the argument clearly.
In a perfect world, I mean, this would be a good thing because,
In a
like you
perfect
said,
world,
there's
don't need it.
definitely a middle ground. Anyway, the FBI nails rabbi kidnappers for hire. So there was 2 rabbis, according to the FBI, which arrested Martin Woolmark and Mendel Epstein on Wednesday night and accused them of, for a price, kidnapping and torturing men with the intent of forcing them to agree to divorces. So basically, these rabbis were getting paid to kidnap a husband, torture him, and make him divorce his wife, and they would get money from the wife to do this.
Rabbi?
Or I guess maybe like a boyfriend or something, or like a friend or something. I don't know, but I'm assuming it's mostly wives. Yeah, rabbis.
Where was this at?
Like a Jewish priest thing?
Yeah, Jewish priests.
Huh.
I believe New York, because the New York Times was the one that did this episode.
Huh. That's pretty crazy. Now, to be a rabbi, is there any like certification process, or you gotta like be anointed
Yeah.
in or something, right?
You have to go through
No.
like the whole Jewish school. You have to have your bar mitzvah and stuff like that. So like, these people are like giving themselves to God or whatever.
That's pretty crazy. Like,
They're dedicated.
Yeah.
wow, that's.
I-
I didn't have
It's
anything
kind of like
to
the
say.
Catholic priests and their whole child stuff.
Well,
I mean,
their defense in this was in Orthodox Jewish communities, a divorce is granted only once a husband provides his wife with a document known as a get. So these husbands, like if a wife in normal American relationship wants a divorce, she can file for it. The only way a divorce can happen in an Orthodox Jewish community is if the man files for it. So, like, I guess there could be like he's beating his wife or something, and she wants a divorce, but she can't get it because he has to do it. Like then they hire these people and force them to sign the get or whatever. So, I mean, it's not. I'm sure it's not like these people were just doing it to just completely do it, but it was more like a necessity for the woman to get a divorce kind of thing. But yeah, it's no. I mean, it's pretty ridiculous. I assume torturing and kidnapping is not in the doctrine of the Jewish church. Hey, yeah, you can kidnap and torture your neighbor if you need to get a divorce out of them.
I don't know. I did not know the Jews were like that. That they're only ruthless about their money. I don't know. Maybe they have a second Ten Commandments. They got the 20 Commandments, and everyone else only knows about the 10.
Maybe.
You have like an exclusive group.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know.
Well, on to the next one, right? So in the UK, a grandfather picked up his grandchild from a Kent school, took her to a doctor's appointment, and then returned her to school later that day. Except the only problem was this was not his granddaughter. He completely picked up the wrong child.
That's awesome.
And it was only discovered that he spent the day with the wrong child when the child showed her parents the medicine she had been given during her unexpected doctor's visit.
What?
So not only did the child not realize that this was not her grandpa, the grandparent didn't realize that this wasn't his grandchild, and the school just let some old guy take out a random child.
So the girl didn't know it was her grandpa.
She might have, but she might not have. Like,
Spoke up.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm assuming she looks pretty young. It doesn't say how old she is, but she looks like she's probably like 6 or something. So she might just be like, "Oh, hey, an old guy. That's my grandpa." Um,
Yeah,
but,
sure. Why not?
So what did the parents do? They like freak out.
um,
I imagine they would.
yeah, the parents freaked out a lot.
Yeah, I would hope
They were
so.
pretty mad. Uh, you know, I mean, it's pretty funny that this happened, but I mean, realistically, the school shouldn't be letting children go with anyone that aren't their family. I mean,
Uh,
what if he didn't take her to the doctor? If he, raped her and murdered her or something? Wouldn't it have been so funny? I guess.
Yeah, or he hurt her or something.
Yeah.
I picked up my sister a few times, and it doesn't matter. Like, you just literally go in there and you just sign this piece of paper.
Yeah.
That's it. They don't
So if
check.
you literally know a kid's name or something, you can get them.
Wow, that's nuts. You
Yeah.
think they had to really crack down on that with all the school shootings that
Well,
happened.
I mean, I think, not for younger kids, but for, older kids, they expect the kid to know, hey, I don't know you, I'm not going home with you kind of thing. But, this kid, like I said, looks young, so it's like, you would think there'd be more, uh, security with this kind of thing. But, whatever.
Yeah, but they still let you in the school. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, when I would pick up my sister, I would literally walk in there and I would sign the sheet, but the kids were, 20 feet away from me.
Do you think they should institute policies where you have to show a valid ID and stuff to get in access schools, or do you think that's just over dramatic?
Uh, Maybe, but who's to say, even if you are that person, that you're not going to do something bad? I don't know if it's really going to stop anyone.
I guess
Yeah.
with private schools you could do something like that, but public schools,
I think they should have to call like someone on the emergency contact list and be like, hey, this guy's here. He says he wants to pick up, so and so. Is this okay? Kind of thing. I mean, because usually on the emergency contact list, it's like the mom, the dad, the brother, someone in the family. So it's like, hey, someone's here to pick up your sister. Do you know about this? No? Okay, well, he can't pick her up then, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when I would sign in, they wouldn't even look at it.
Yeah, I know, I'm just saying that's what they should do. But whatever.
That would really slow things down.
Yeah, I guess, but... Alright, so, keeping with the whole London theme, a London man called the London Fire Brigade, which is the fire department, to report that his penis was stuck in a toaster.
This is up
They
the
ended
line,
up
Up
getting
my alley.
they ended up getting getting it out of the toaster. But the icing on this cake is this wasn't the first time this has happened.
They
There
knew
have
it
been
too.
4 instances where people had their hands stuck in blenders in the past 3 years, since 2010. 4 instances where people had their hands stuck in blenders. 5 instances involving people's hands being stuck in shredders. 9 instances of men with rings stuck in their penises. 17 instances involving children with their fingers stuck in toys, including one with a Lego stuck in his finger. 18 instances involving children with heads stuck in potties or toilet seats. And then 79 instances involving people being trapped in handcuffs. So apparently in this town, well, in London, a lot of people like to
Try things.
try things. Yeah,
Hey, people are kinky, right?
yeah,
I
yes.
don't know if
Let me
that's really
stick my
kinky
hand
or
in a
lonely.
blender. Yeah, that's just the best idea I've ever heard. That's why they have on, labels. It's like, yeah, don't put shampoo in your nostrils, like because someone's tried it. And
And they say Americans are dumb.
I mean,
well,
I'm not sticking my hand in the blender.
well, and then here's some isolated instances. These only happened one time since 2010. A man stuck his arm in a portaloo. I don't know what a portaloo is. I'm assuming like a porta potty. I don't know. A child trapped his hand in a sweep machine. Again, I don't know what that is. Uh, um, a child with his head trapped in an ironing board. An adult stuck in a child's toy car. A child stuck his head in a massaging chair. A child stuck his foot in a brass vase. Someone stuck a test tube on their finger. A child with a tambourine stuck on his head. And a man with a sewing needle stuck in his finger. And the police have, or the officer, third officer, Dave Brown, I don't know what third officer is, I'm assuming that's like the third in command of the police department or whatever, blamed 50 Shades of Grey for having a role in some of these instances.
I've never read 50 Shades of Grey, but
Uh,
have you read
you
or
know,
know
I don't think I would necessarily blame that. I mean, I doubt people are putting tambourines on their head in that book.
it's like people that blame, oh yeah, Grand Theft Auto caused this guy to commit a crime. No, what caused him to commit a crime is the guy wanted to commit a crime.
Um,
Yeah.
well, the 50 Shades of Grey, apparently it's uh, supposed to be empowering for women, and uh, I guess gets them to try a little more kinky things. So it's kind of like the gateway drug idea. Like, well, technically doing marijuana doesn't make you do other things, but once you've done that, then you want to go on to the next thing. That's sort of idea.
Yeah. Um, yeah, so I mean, if you go to London, they're used to seeing weird things, I guess. Um,
Worse than America.
yeah. In Germany, uh,
Yes.
well, I don't think it's in Germany. Oh, no, it is in Germany. Okay. Um, a newlywed man picked the worst possible time to forget his blushing bride at a filthy gas station in the middle of the highway, on the way back from their honeymoon. So he left his wife at the gas station on their way back from the honeymoon. She was napping in the back seat, and she got out of the car when he was gassing up to go to the bathroom. And I guess he didn't think to look to see if she was still there, and he drove away. and he drove 200 kilometers before he finally realized she wasn't there.
Oh, so like 2
So
miles?
that's 125 miles.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's a good way to end your honeymoon, huh?
Why was she in the back seat?
She was sleeping.
In the back seat of the car.
Alright. I mean, I don't envision a honeymoon going that way. Just like a, I don't know, we had this great, awesome honeymoon. Now I'm just gonna go sleep while you drive around.
Yeah, that's absolutely what you need to do. That makes a great honeymoon.
Obviously.
Yeah. And were they actually German, or their
Yeah, they were
honeymoon
German.
was...
They were German.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, whatever floats the boat.
I mean, it's not like their honeymoon was the gas station, so I guess it's not that bad. But
Having your
just
honeymoon. Yeah, we're celebrating over a couple Slim Jims and a bottle of Advil. Yes.
just literally the whole fact that he drove 125 miles without realizing that she was in the back seat was kind of.
She was sleeping, so obviously he wasn't paying attention to her anyways.
Yeah, he's seen enough of her on the day. The whole wedding thing. He's tired. He wants to go to sleep or drive wherever he's driving. So.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like I would turn around within, the 2 hours or however long he was driving. Be like,
Hey,
oh, hey, you're not back there.
if that's the Autobahn we're talking about, that's like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't think this is the Autobahn, but
Oh.
Yeah, you never know.
I don't really know my German towns too well, so I can't really say what this is. But
What a
Me
shame.
neither.
yeah. So that's all I got for you guys this week.
Oh,
Alright.
that's it, huh?
Alright, guys. Well, I hope you guys check us out next week on our News of the Week. Feel free to comment in the comment section below. Check us out on Facebook. We'll provide a link. Follow us on Twitter. That's always appreciated. Guys, have a great week.